Eugenio Perez had himself quite an inning yesterday. He led off the fifth with his first home run since April. And then after Michael Brantley put the Indians ahead for good with a home run, Roberto came up again and capped a 7-run fifth inning with a 3-run double. And the Indians held on to beat the Blue Jays by a final score of 9-8. Now today, a chance to win 3 out of 4 north of the border from the Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Arch, last year, Mike Clevenger had quite a run to end the season. In his last 5 starts, he was 5-0 with an earned run average of 0.61, and it looks like he's starting to get on another run.
He is on a run, and he's a very good closer when it comes down to it. Clevenger this year in his last 6 starts, he is 4-0. 172 earned run average, 43 strikeouts in his 36 2/3 innings. Only 12 walks, and you're right, in the last 2 Septembers, a record of 6-1. So this guy's just on a roll, and he seems to get stronger as the season goes on. But in that number 4 hole, look at the pitches he's thrown this year. He's 8th in Major League with 2,862 pitches, averages over 100 per start. So Clevenger has been a workload, and he's getting better every time he goes out there.
And I'm sure Tito would love to see him try to pitch deep into the ball game today to give that bullpen a little bit of a breather. They have been used extensively in the last several days. We'll be back with today's first pitch between the Indians and the Blue Jays, and we'll check in with Andre Knott coming up next.
Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians, and by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. Made in Ohio, Ohio proud.
In Toronto, a little chilly outside and a chance of rain, so the lid will be closed as Mike Clevenger and company try to take 3 out of 4 from the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go downstairs to Andre Knott for more on the Indians right-hander.
Well, the game of baseball is a game of adjustments, and for Mike Clevenger, midway through the season, he and Carl Willis figured he needed to make some adjustments in how he was pitching. He's made the adjustment, and he's been the best that he's been all season long. Here's Carl Willis talking about how difficult that is to do in the middle of a season.
He's made a really nice adjustment with his delivery, and honestly, adjustment that's hard to make. You know, he's a guy that, you know, early on in the season and last year you see him really diving in with his front shoulder, and I think, you know, staying a little more upright and staying back over the rubber longer has allowed him to create more extension. He's holding his stuff a little better now, deeper into games, and commanding the fastball a little better as well. So it's been fun to watch, and he's done a really good job with it.
Sometimes it is those slight mechanical adjustments that can make the biggest differences.
Yeah, subtle little things that get him out in front, where he gets that little extra extension on the ball, where his fastball has a little more to it, especially at this time of the year, because he's been a great closer over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes, you know, people get started off slow and they finish strong, but, you know, usually pitchers, you know, they have a tendency to fade a little bit because of the innings, and they're a little tired, but he's been awfully good for the Indians, and let's hope that continues today. Now let's take a look at today's Northern Ohio Hyundai starting pitcher. It's going to be a former Indian that's going to start against the Tribe, Thomas Pannone, who's making his third start. His record is 1-1, and he's only pitched 17 2/3 innings. They like him a lot. He's 16 hits. He struck out 13, only walked 4. And here's a guy that he's got primarily the fastball. He'll throw probably 70% of the times, then a changeup, and then his curveball he'll throw a little less. So he'll get a start against his former team. Let's see how he looks today.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup that he will face for Terry Francona and the Indians. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Francisco Lindor leading it off, followed by Michael Brantley and then Jose Ramirez. Edwin Encarnacion in the cleanup spot. Yandy Diaz gets the start at first base. He'll hit 5th. Brandon Guyer is in right field batting 6th. Yan Gomes behind the plate bats 7th. Brandon Barnes will be your center fielder today. He'll hit 8th, and Eric Gonzalez gets the start at second base, batting 9th.
And the defense for Toronto this afternoon in the outfield, it'll be McKinney in left. It'll be Pilar in center and Grichuk over in right. On the infield, Diaz is at third, Gurriel at short. Solarte gets his first start in this series. He'll play at second. Smoke is at first. McGuire doing the catching.
Todd Tishner will be behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Chad Whitson at first, Alan Porter at second, and down at third it's the crew chief, Angel Hernandez. The Indians come in 20 games over 500. They're 81-61 on the year. They've won 2 of 3 in the series. Overall, the Indians and Blue Jays have split 6 games this year. Lindor steps in to lead it off. The Indians begin the day with a magic number of 5. Thomas Pannone, the line on today's first pitch is a fastball strike. He's not overpowering with the fastball. As you can see there, 89 miles an hour. He might be what you consider to be sneaky fast at times, but he's got to live on the edges and use his secondary stuff to keep hitters off balance. Lindor pops one sky high, or roof high, here in Toronto. And it's caught in center field by Pilar. 1 down. Our storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Mike Clevenger in the last 2 seasons in the month of September overall 6-1. Brantley north of the border has always swung the bat well here at the Rogers Center. Michael Brantley. He takes a fastball inside corner. It's a called strike.
Brantley had a couple hits in yesterday's ball game, his 45th multi-hit game this year.
Brantley smokes one to left field. That's going to get down for a hit. Cut off by McKinney. And Michael has himself a 1-out single here in the first.
He loves to hit in this ballpark, doesn't he?
So Brantley now 3 for 6 after missing action early in the series with a sore foot.
You know, it almost looks like he might be tough to pick up because he hides his arm behind his body a little bit, even though he's only throwing 89 or so. But Michael didn't have any problem with it, taking it to left center field for the first hit of the day.
Rick, you're dead on. Greg Allen, who played with Thomas, said that he does throw across his body, hard to pick up. He said that's what he was always good at in the minors. A lot of the club's younger players played with him in the minors with the Indians. Says good kid, but hides the ball well, and it pops on you when you're in the right-handed batter's
Yeah,
box.
when you watch it, it stays right behind his body, behind his head, and then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere. But he does throw a lot of fastballs, 70% of them.
Danny Jansen not catching today, but has caught Pannone before. Says he's sneaky fast. He can throw his fastball up in the strike zone. Breaking ball down low or change up, 2-1. The Indians made Pannone a 9th-round pick in 2013 and then traded him to Toronto in the Joe Smith deal. That was at the deadline last year. 2-1 pitch, fouled right back. This year, though, you talk about a rocky start. He was suspended for 80 games for using PEDs. Missed the first 80 games of the year. Didn't start pitching in games until late June in the minor leagues. But then made his major league debut against Baltimore and carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Potentially a double play ball. They get one there, and Ramirez beats it out. And there are 2 down in the inning. In Pannone's second start, he faced the same Baltimore Orioles, but it was a different story as they rocked him for 7 runs on 9 hits in just 3 1/3 innings. So he got his first major league start against Baltimore, got his first major league win, faced him again 6 days later and got his first major league loss.
Well, they had an idea of what it was like. You know, it's tough for some young pitchers to go make back-to-back starts against the same team in a matter of 5 or 6 days.
Edwin Encarnacion looks at a ball outside. Edwin 4 out of 14 in the series.
Edwin has had some pretty good pitches to hit in this series that he's fouled straight back a number of times here in the first 3 games.
That fastball does nick the corner. Three on the left side of the infield for Toronto. Right side is wide open. There goes Jose. And another pitch, as you pointed out, fouled right back. A pitch that he could hit and sometimes will hit a long way, but he's just a tick off.
You know, and it was a good, he's had a number of these, and you know, he's looking at his bat. He can't believe it. He's been shaking his head all series. He knows he's close, but he's just not squaring the baseball up right now.
Probably a combination of him being a little off and the sneaky fastball of Pannone. There goes Ramirez again. He takes, it's low, no throw, stolen base for Ramirez, and that makes him the 30 guy in Indians history with his 30th stolen base of this season. Joe Carter, Grady Sizemore, now Jose Ramirez.
He's been trying to get that for quite some time, but he finally does. Their 118th stolen base, and they're trying to lead all of baseball in stolen bases for the first time in club history this year.
That's outside on a full count. This will be interesting to see if Pannone works very carefully to Edwin Encarnacion and chooses to take action against Yandy Diaz, who waits on deck.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Missed outside, a slow off-speed pitch, and so he did not want to challenge Edwin.
Well, and you can see the secondary stuff for typical young pitchers just not there crisp, at least not yet anyway. He tried to throw that 3-2 hook, and his changeup is, to me so far, looks okay, but I think you're going to get a fastball to hit in every at-bat.
Yandy Diaz has done a nice job when he has had opportunities to play, but those opportunities have been few and far between since Edwin came back healthy. When he has played, Diaz 22 hits and 66 at bats, good for a .333 mark. He checks. It was inside. He did not go. That's 1-1. Two on, two out. Panone's 1-1 pitch. And a slow chopper towards second base. Solarte gloves it, flips it. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 left. The Blue Jays are coming to bat.
Tribe this afternoon, 11-7. Nice ERA at 3.11. It's his second start this year against Toronto. He has a no decision in his first one, but he's 1-0 in his career, and this will be the first time he has started a ball game in this ballpark.
Blue Jays starting lineup for John Gibbons. Billy McKinney leading it off. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is in the 2-hole. Justin Smoke will bat third. The big guys have had big series. Randall Grichuk is 6 for 12. Rowdy Tellez 7 for 13. And Kevin Pillar, followed by Jan Hervis, Solarte, Aledmus Diaz, and Reese McGuire batting ninth. Pitch outside, ball 1 to McKinney. 4 hits and 11 at bats in the series.
Clevenger 5-4 on the road with a nice 2.88 ERA in 13 starts this year.
Breaking ball misses inside. 2-1. And a foul back evens the count of 2-2.
Cleve's allowed 3 or fewer runs in each of his last 8 road starts, so he's been able to keep his team in ball games. For whatever reason, he loves pitching in day games. 6-1 this year.
Tries to go the other way, but this is going to slice foul.
Let's check out the Indians defense, brought to you by Ram. It looks like this. Brantley is in left field. Barnes gets the start in center this afternoon. Geyer is over and right. It'll be Ramirez and Lindor on the left side. Eric Gonzalez will play second today, and Yandy Diaz will play first. So that's new over there, and Gomes is behind the plate.
Two and two the count on McKinney. And he pulls the breaking ball foul. There's Brandon Barnes getting the opportunity to start today in center field. And Yandy Diaz gets some playing time today, starting at first. Put the right-handed bats in there against the lefty Pannone. Swinging another foul back. Boy, it's a good AB to start for McKinney.
Late.
And now Clevenger again with a 2-2 in the dirt. And the count goes full. Whoops, this could be trouble. Let's see, Brantley. No, he's got room to get there. Hung in the air long enough for Michael to glide in and make the catch. Took 9 pitches, but Clevenger gets his man to start the game. And it brings up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Fastball strike. We gave you those numbers before on Clevenger in the last two September 6-1, but that one loss came pitching out of the bullpen. So as a starter, he's unbeaten in the last 2 months of September to this point. Out of play to the right. Interesting that Carl Willis alluded to the fact that that minor adjustment that Clevenger has made that gives him a little more extension on his pitches has enabled him to maintain his quote-unquote stuff deeper into games just because of that slight adjustment.
Well, he's throwing that fastball here in the first at 95 and getting it up there pretty good. Staying a little taller, and you can see month by month last 2 seasons. Look at July, and then after July, and that's the All-Star break, and it really kicks in. That's a good pitch he laid off of.
So full count. And he missed inside with his fastball and walks Gurriel. 1 on, 1 out. And Justin Smoke coming to the plate. And as hot as Grichuk and Tellez have been in the series, Smoke at the other end of the spectrum. Now, he hasn't played a lot, but he has 5 at-bats and has struck out 5 times.
Yeah, he went down in yesterday's 8th inning. Josh Tomlin got him, and he didn't like the call. Hernandez thought that breaking ball was out over the plate. Didn't agree with him, but he went down as a strikeout victim.
There's a blast, and that is way out of here. It's his 24th home run of the year, and it stakes Toronto to an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you get the ball down in his zone, and that's a big man that can hit it a long way from either side of the plate. And take a look on our Nissan pitch tracker. It's a fastball that is right there, middle of the plate, down right into his swing plane, and boy, he gave it a ride. So Toronto jumps up early with a 2-run homer from Smoke, and they lead it 2-zip.
Randall Grichuk, 6 for 12 in the series. Yesterday, a pair of solo home runs. Fouled back, it's 0-2.
The Blue Jays and the Indians were tied today going in at third in home runs, with both with 191. That's 192 now for the Jays.
Down the line, but he's out in front of it. And it's foul. 1-2 the count. High fastball, swings through it. Gets his first strikeout, 2 down. Another look at the home run by Justin Smoke on StatCast AI, powered by AWS. Rowdy Tellez guys one on the infield. Ramirez is there. The inning is over. 2-run homer by Justin Smoke has the Blue Jays in front 2-0 after 1. Outside.
You can see, look at the clouds coming in. We don't see that. That wind's picking up also.
Brandon Geyer takes the strike.
First hint of fall.
Yeah.
That we have seen.
Boy. Pops one right up on the infield. Second baseman Solarte. One away.
Well, MLB At Bat is your #1 Indians app. You can customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Indians home screen icons and features such as MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Yan Gomes, 4 for 9 in the series with a home run against his old club. And he takes a fastball for a strike. So Pannone able to pepper the strike zone to get ahead. 14 strikes out of 21 pitches. Gomes, really, if you go back to August, the start of August, that's when he either turned a corner, found a second win, whatever you want to say. He's been swinging the bat really well for an extended period of time.
Yes, he has. He's been very patient in the batter's box. He's, you know, just getting good looks at pitchers, putting good swings on the baseball.
In the air, another pop-up. Smoke in fair territory. 2 away.
Start dead batteries with NOCO.
Matt Underwood, Rick Manning, Andre Knott with you from Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where the Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead on a 2-run homer by Justin Smoke in the first. 2 down, bases empty. Brandon Barnes. Swing and a miss at a fastball just off that corner, and that's where he's been peppering each hitter in the early going. And with so many right-handed batters in there, 8 of 9, he's just continuing to lock and focus in on that one spot.
And a pitcher can get locked in on that one spot. His go-to spot feels very comfortable. He doesn't have to make the adjustments left and right with the, you know, only the one left-hander in there.
And he makes quick work of Barnes on 3 pitches. The Indians go in order, 2-0 Toronto.
And you want to be at the ballpark Friday. The Tribe will take on the Tigers. You get a $15 district ticket or a $15 KeyBank Kids ticket, online only. Get your tickets at Indians.com or by using the ballpark app.
Kevin Pillar leads off the bottom of the second for Toronto. 4 out of 14 in the series with a home run. Sliced out a play to the right.
Pillar 2 for 2 against Clevenger in his career. Just a small sample size.
Threw that by him. 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Told you Club made one start against Toronto earlier back in Cleveland. He went 4 innings, 3 hits, allowed 4 runs, walked a couple and struck out 5.
Out of play down the left side, foul. Off the end of the bat, popped up. And Yandy Diaz has it for out number 1. It's going to bring up Yangervis Solarte. Solarte activated from the disabled list. Right oblique strain that had him down since August 12th.
Well, this guy had a day in Cleveland earlier this year.
Swung out and missed at a breaking ball. It's 0-2.
Slow curveball right there.
And a ground ball to first. Yandy Diaz stays with it, 2 down. That game that you're referring to back in Cleveland, Solarte, remember this play, goes face first into third base, tumbles over the bag, almost knocked himself out.
Yeah, that was one of the worst slides. I mean, right down on his face. And we're thinking, hey, this guy may come out of the ball game. You look at, he's got him stitched up. He stayed in the game. He ended up going 8 for 10 in the doubleheader. Had a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs. Won game 1 with a grand slam in extra innings. Had a heck of a day. But that's one slide he does not want to repeat. Or maybe he does if he wants to go 8 for 10.
Would you trade a little skin off your nose for an 8 for 10?
Absolutely. I don't know how much skin he's got left on that nose after that slide.
Oh, good breaking ball. Diaz couldn't react to it. 2-1. Chased it that time, and now Clevenger back to even in the count of 2-2. Stayed right with it. Strikes him out. Inning over. Clevenger has struck out a pair, but it's Toronto on top 2-0.
Presented by KeyBank, and it lets you conveniently access your Indians tickets directly to your mobile device. You can use the app to purchase and forward tickets and have your tickets scanned for the entrance to Progressive Field. No need to print tickets.
The number 9 hitter in the Indians lineup, Eric Gonzalez, will lead it off. And a pop-up on the infield. First baseman Justin Smoke. 1 down. 3 of the last 4 hitters have popped the ball straight up on the infield. And first time through, the Indians 1 for 8 with a walk against the lefty Thomas Pannone, a former Indians farmhand, making his 3rd major league start here today. Lindor popped one up to center field his first time up. Five for 17 in the series, but 4 of his 5 hits came in the opener. That's when he hit his 2 home runs, had 4 runs batted in that game as the Indians won 9-4. Lindor gets into one. Deep left field. Back is McKinney, and it is off the wall and gone. Lost it again in that doggone LED
well,
board.
You know what? It's so close to the top of that thing. You can't tell. You have to watch the fielder, and he blends in as well. But Lindor gets his 34th, so he has the Indians on the board with their 2nd hit.
Frankie's 3rd home run in the series, and it gets the Indians on the board at 2-1.
Frankie knew he was going to get the fastball. He's hitting over 360 from this side of the plate and loves it. And you can see it. Just get over there.
Yeah, Michael Brantley slices one off to the left.
Lindor came into today hitting 364 against left-handers, 2nd highest mark in the American League. 7 now of his 34 homers have been from the right side.
And a good breaking ball by Pannone. Really slowed it down. He gets ahead of Brantley 0-2. Michael slapped a single to left his first time up. Pulls that foul. Great clip of the game from yesterday. Michael Brantley. He put the Indians ahead for good. Part of a 7-run 5th inning for the Tribe. And really slowed it down again and strikes him out. 2 away, 2nd strikeout for Pannone.
And that was 3 straight breaking balls. Take a look at Frankie on StatCast, getting the 2-0 fastball that he was sitting on. It's at 390 feet. Exit velocity 103.
Jose Ramirez. Yeah, that's 34 home runs now for Lindor. Ramirez with 37 leads the club.
Well, that's a new high for Frankie. Didn't he have 33 last year? So 34 now, a new high for him. Congratulations.
That ties him with Nelson Cruz for 5th most home runs in the American League. To short. Inning over. Lindor
with a laser shot to left. Gets the Indians on the board. 2-1, middle of the third. Tampa later tonight.
Looking forward to that cruise.
Be a long ride.
Yes, hopefully it's downwind.
The Caledonia. Fastball away from Mike Clevenger. It's 2-0. Reese McGuire batting ninth. And it's 3-0. McGuire spent most of the year in the minors. Just got called up 3 days ago. And he draws a 4-pitch walk. Our showstopper from last night. How about Jorge Lopez?
How about this? He was outstanding, wasn't he? Perfect game through 8. Last was Felix Hernandez back in 2012, but then the walk and then the base hit did him in, but had to be exciting for him, for the Royals.
And Kansas City doing the Indians a favor, beating Minnesota. Dropping the magic number down to just 5 to clinch the Central Division title. 2-1, Toronto leads it here in the third. Leadoff man aboard for Billy McKinney as we turn the lineup over. McKinney flied to left, his only time up. Takes a fastball strike on the outside corner. Got a piece of that, and might have got a piece of Gomes as well.
Looked like it did. This guy has reached base every game, 17 of them as a Blue Jay since coming over here.
Swung on and
missed. That pitch.
That was a nice one from Clevenger, his third strikeout.
The nice curveball going down. You see it's slower than his slider, and it's got movement going north and south. And it really takes those hitters off his fastball if he wants to elevate it, you know, and throw it above the belt.
And it doesn't have that big hump coming out of his hand.
It
stays
starts
on that
about
same
the same
plane.
plane where that fastball's coming out of his hand. So I really like that pitch that Gomes is going to, I'm sure, stay with.
In the dirt, ball 1 to Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
He walked and came around on the home run by Smoke in the first. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down, high throw, and he couldn't get the tag on him. One of the few times you'll see Yan Gomes misfire a little bit.
Well, it was a hit and run too. I mean, because that's your catcher that's often running. And now if he tagged him, he would have been out, but the throw was a little too high. It's a breaking ball. Gomes comes up and it's a little high. He might have got him on the helmet. I guess not, because I don't see anybody doing anything over there, but that'll be a stolen base. Are they still looking into the dugout? I think they let it slide.
Yeah, I don't know that there was enough there that you'd really want to risk a challenge.
Exactly. But Gurriel, the right guy to start your runner with, because he goes the other way. That's only the 37th stolen base for Toronto all year long. They're 14th in the league out of 15 teams in stolen bases. Now he wants to elevate.
He did, and Gurriel laid off a borderline pitch.
See, that's the pitch where when you get to 2 strikes, you can ride the 4-seamer. And that's where his curveball usually starts out at for the hitter. Then he really slows it down.
Swung on and missed, and that's the key, Rick. He's using that fastball curveball combination, and it's working well for him.
It sure is. Change the eye level of the hitter, and that makes it awfully tough to cover both quadrants. You see that pitch up there, and all of a sudden the bottom disappears. I'm surprised he laid off the fastball. Look, because that was right about the top part of the zone. And usually that's where hitters, they will chase after that one.
It almost looked on that pitch that he took that he was looking away and he was diving a little bit, and I think it just surprised him. And that's probably the only reason he didn't offer at it, because he wasn't looking for it.
Very well could be, because it would have tied him up.
Slows it down and just dipping out of the strike zone.
It's a good pitch. He started him off with a changeup because he hit the 2-run homer on the fastball that was not located very well by Clev.
Well, the Indians have the pull shift on for Smoke, and with good reason.
Yeah, 73% of his between second base and over.
Oh, and he beats the shift. Coming around third. McGuire will score. It's 3-1 Toronto.
Well, they couldn't have put that graphic up at a better time, because it goes to show you that you know, you go that way, you can be rewarded. And he's driven in all 3 runs for the Jays. It's away. He doesn't try to pull this ball. It's actually off the plate. And look at
nobody
home.
home.
Pull hitter, but you know what? Do it more often when you get guys in scoring position. And he does. He gets the RBI. It's a 3-1 ball game.
Out of play. Randall Grichuk struck out his first time up. Tried to hold up, but he went too far. And now the count 1-2.
You'll see how far that bat gets out front. He certainly did. He went to go out there and get it. That body started to move. Couldn't hold the bat up.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. But a nice piece of hitting by Justin Smoke. He's driven in all 3 for the Blue Jays, and they lead it 3-1. Game for our Miller Lite Hold True moment. Roof is closed here in Toronto. Temperature dipping down below 60 today, and so indoors with the roof closed, it's a comfortable 68 degrees.
Yeah, we had 3 out of 4 days with it open.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Edwin takes a slow hook. 1-1. Walked his only time up in the first. Upstairs. And a pop back out of play. Watch the top hand on his bat come off.
And that's happened a lot
the bottom
series.
Near the dugout, out of play.
I thought I heard Andre calling for that ball.
That was his glove trying to catch it.
Yeah, clank.
That's not the rules. You duck and wait till it moves. If it stops moving, then you grab it. I learned from you.
No, that's good. But it went into the seats.
That's where the people deserve it.
2-2 to Edwin. Low and a full count. Another pop-up. Boy, this is the third put out by first baseman Justin Smoke on a pop-out.
Would you say 7 of them yesterday? There was, I believe. I believe it was 7.
I think it was the day before. Yeah, it was the day before.
Okay.
1, 2,
I know we talked
3,
about
4,
it.
5. Yeah. Yandy Diaz grounded out to second his first time up.
1-1 the count.
Pitch.
Pannone about to make his 50th pitch of the day. 32 out of 49 have been strikes so far. And a ground ball to third. Diaz off balance throw. 2 down. Well, we're back with you tomorrow night from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Tropicana Field. Corey Kluber looking for his 19th win of the year. Our coverage begins with Indians Live at 6:30, first pitch 7, Sports Time Ohio, and streaming on Fox Sports Go.
Yeah, we're heading south.
Now Brandon Guyer, a pop-up on the infield, his first time up. Missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. Two and two. And that fastball continues to just pepper the outside part of the plate. Mixes in a changeup and a slow curve. The 2-2. This is into foul territory, and it is not caught. It was almost caught. Grichuk ran into the guy trying to get out of the way with the stool, and he might be hurt. And everybody coming out of the Blue Jays dugout to assist Randall Grichuk. This is a security guy down there who's just trying to get out of the way. And I think the chair actually got in the way of Grichuk trying to get to the ball.
He was coming in as Smoke was going back, and Smoke blocked him from my view.
This might be a while. He is still face down, has not moved. Blue Jays training staff attending to Grichuk. Manager John Gibbons out there. Players look very concerned. And you can see Solarte, I think, pointing.
Well, there's some movement.
He might have.
I wonder if the stool got him.
Well, he's pointing to his eye.
Oh, yeah, he's cut above the eye. Absolutely. As he comes in, look at the chair. He was sliding, and boom, that thing got him. That caught him right on the bridge of his nose.
Yeah.
That guy was trying to get out of the way, and he held that little stool there, and as he was sliding in, he slid right into it, and it caught him on the bridge of the nose. That did not look good. But he is sitting up. I'm sure that's going to call for some stitches.
So Grichuk helped to his feet, but he's going to walk off under his own power. That's a good sign. But he will not be able to continue. And the Blue Jays will get a new right fielder. And Grichuk will go for further evaluation. And no, but that poor guy who was just trying to get out of the way, probably sick to his stomach right now.
Well, he was. I don't think he saw who was coming from behind him. You know, I don't think he saw Grichuk coming in from right field. He was moving for Justin Smoke going backwards, and as Smoke comes in to slide for the ball, that's when the stool got him on the bridge. That's too bad because he was swinging a very hot bat in this series. Had a couple of home runs and 3 hits yesterday. Well, let's hope he's going to be okay.
John Gibbons just now getting back to the dugout and alerting somebody to go out and take over right field. Looks like Teoscar Hernandez, or maybe he'll go to left and they'll move guys around.
Exactly. He'll go to left. Maybe McKinney will go to right. Here comes Hernandez. That's exactly what's going to happen. McKinney goes to right. Hernandez goes to left.
In the meantime, Thomas Pannone will take a few warm-up tosses. And we're ready to go. Geyer will step back in. 2 down, base is empty. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. You know, I just noticed, Rick, something, not something you normally pay a lot of attention to, but here at the Rogers Center, they have 5 people on each foul line around the stands. All 5 people have those stools that they sit on. You know, I think in Cleveland we may have 2.
Yeah.
They've got 5 on each side, so there potentially is a lot of traffic when you get a foul ball down the line over there.
Well, we'll have 2, including the officers that sit at the end of the dugout before you go out to the ball boys out into the field.
And Brandon Geyer works a 2-out walk. Keeps the inning alive.
It's the second walk for Pannone.
Jan Gomes popped up on the infield his first time up. And takes a curveball in the dirt. There's that fastball away that he's been so good with. That one got a lot of the plate. Gomes takes 1-1. Almost looks like as he's gotten into the flow of the game, the velocity's
that was
up a little
I
too.
noticed at 91.
Off the plate, Gomes chased 1-2. Up and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With Geyer at first, 2 down here in the 4th. Indians trailing 3-1. Brandon Barnes would be next. Just missed outside.
Well, he'll get a little bit of a head start. You got to make sure that he goes to home plate before you take off on this full count.
Down and in.
Ball 4. So back-to-back 2-out walks opens the door for Cleveland here in the 4th. And it brings up Brandon Barnes, and it sends Reese McGuire out to talk with Pannone.
Well, he wasn't going to give him another fastball on the full count. Went with the curveball, but consistently he cannot throw that pitch for a strike. I mean, he mixes it in pretty well. But at some point in time, and I know he's young, that he'll have to throw that for strikes. Going through now for the second time. Frankie had the 2-0 pitch that he hit for a home run I should say the second time he saw him, but he was able to get the next 4 out, and then he's walked a couple of guys.
Brandon Barnes struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. He's seen 4 pitches, all 4 strikes. Throws a fastball by him. It's 0-2. And a foul back over the screen.
Yeah, they wanted that ball in, and he couldn't get it in there.
First and second, 2 down, 0-2 pitch. Low, and he's able to lay off. Upstairs, 2-2.
Little change up away.
Well, they've made him work here, and all of this has happened since the injury to Randall Grichuk when he was
slowed him down. Right.
Catch that pop up off the bat of Brandon Geyer and fouled ground. Geyer ended up walking. Gomes drew a walk. Now a 2-2 count for Barnes. Hit in the air, deep center. Back goes Pilar and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, 2 left. Middle of the 4th, 3-1 Toronto. A star is born in Toronto, where Rowdy Tellez is the first player to have 7 extra base hits in his first 4 major league games. And he is a guy that is not doing it by any kind of good fortune or luck. He's got a good approach at the plate. And it will be interesting to see as he goes along what adjustments pitchers make against him. He can hit the fastball. We've seen that. And he seems to have power to any part of the ballpark. His home run yesterday was just to the left of center field. It was a blast.
We've seen him take a couple balls the other way when he's been down in the count with 2 strikes. Did to a left-hander yesterday, just took the base hit the other way.
Clevenger gets ahead of him.
But he's off to a heck of a start.
Almost chased. It's just funny, Rick, you know, you look at what he's done so far and you think, well, how did he only hit 270 at AAA?
Well, that's true. But I mean, you know, you can get hot right when you get called up. It's all about timing. First hit, you get a base hit, you're riding that high. You know, the people here, there's a lot of fans. They've had nice crowds this weekend, and he just continues to go. So he's on a nice roll. Don't ask questions, just enjoy it. Look at that. Oh, just missed.
Foul. Almost picked off Angel Hernandez, who danced out of the way, and
that
it was
close.
Right down the chalk.
It almost hit the bag. Look at it, and then Hernandez is still on the third base coach, just a couple inches. Rivera wants to know where it was. Look at this. Not too shabby. Just missed.
Bounced the breaking ball in front. And some of the swings that we've seen him take have shown you that he has a really good eye. And he is not a one-trick pony because he can hit the ball to all fields. Clevenger, a good breaking ball. He got a piece of it.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes to stay alive. That was a good pitch. It was down, but he just got a piece, and Gomes couldn't hang on. Goes right into the dirt.
Had him off balance that time.
Change up.
1 down. Indians fans, follow us on Instagram. Keep up with game highlights, hear from players before and after the games. Catch fun moments on and off the field. Follow us at Sportstime Ohio. Kevin Pillar pop up on the infield, his only time up today. And he fouls that one off. 0-2. Swung on and missed. Mike Clevenger with his 6th strikeout this afternoon. 2 down here in the 4th.
He wasted no time. He really went to work on Pillar. He started him off changeup, then a couple of breaking balls out over the plate that he was able to get him to chase. That's 188 strikeouts now for Cleb. He's looking to become the 3rd member, and Corey Kluber, who's pitching tomorrow, has 190. They already have 2 over the 200 mark.
To right field, the Blue Jays go 1-2-3. We head to the 5th. 3-1 Toronto.
the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. By Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. And by your Chevy Network dealers. Visit clickchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
First ball swinging, Eric Gonzalez fouls one down the right field line.
Send along some birthday wishes today. Mary Eitzen is turning 90 from Bay Village. Happy birthday, Mary, to you.
Eric Gonzalez has spent most of the year just waiting for opportunities to play, and they have been few and far between. And a ground ball to short, backhanded by Gurriel. 1 down. Mid-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. First inning, 2-run home run by Justin Smoke, his first hit in the series. Indians countered on a solo jack from Frankie Lindor in the third. And Toronto immediately answered with Justin Smoke's third run batted in of the game.
Yeah, that last base hit was a really nice piece of hitting. Taking the ball the other way after we just showed that 6% of his hits go between first and second base. Yeah. Well, in that direction anyway.
He's hit a lot of home runs, period. 34 of them. A new career high for Lindor, and only 3 behind Ramirez now for the team lead.
Oh,
and
nice.
There's a base hit into right field.
See, he hit the fastball his last at bat. He pulled it on a 2-0 count. This one, he threw him a changeup away. He takes what is given. Base hit to right field. 82 miles an hour. Watch this. Down. It was a good pitch. It was at the knees, but that's what you do, boys. Stay on it. Good swing. And that's why you're hitting about 370 from that side of the plate when you have that approach. There you go. His 54th multi-hit game. One behind J.D. Martinez.
Brantley swings at the first pitch, pops it up, shallow center. Out goes the shortstop, Gurriel. 2 down. Pop-ups can be a product of getting under a high fastball or just maybe overswinging, trying to do too much.
Getting fooled on a changeup or something like that, yes. Actually, a pop-up is just getting off balance.
5 of them already for the Indians today against the lefty Pannone. How about that? Not since 2012 have we had a 30-30 man. High pop. Playable down the left field line. Foul ground. Diaz. Halfway through. 3-1 Toronto. As our production crew heading to the ballpark today, getting their exercise in for the day. Aledmus Diaz leads off for the Jays, bottom of the 5th. Takes a strike. He went down swinging in the 2nd. And that was a weak attempt. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and a change up there. Now, this guy had 4 hits yesterday, had 3 doubles, so he swung the bat very well. To see a swing like that, it had to be a good pitch.
I guess instincts always put catchers in the mode of get out there and block the ball, because that's one where if you're going, just save somebody, just let it go.
Right.
Swing and a miss. He went fishing again, and that's 7 strikeouts now for Mike Clevenger, and 5 of them have come second time through the order. So it's Clev who has made the adjustment here today.
Yeah, and he's slowing it down. That's been a very effective pitch for him this afternoon, is that curveball. He's been getting the Toronto hitters to chase it, and it's, you know, bouncing on top of home plate, and then he's been able to ride a couple of fastballs up in the zone. It's been Justin Smoak, the one that has hurt him. 2-run homer, and then he hit a good pitch the other way. And those are the 3 runs that he's given up.
Just off the plate. Change up, and it's 1-2.
Oh,
that's going to stay in play. Clev can't come up with it. Tell you what, he almost recovered and still made a heck of a play, but McGuire, that fumble cost him.
You're absolutely right. It was a matter of just catching the ball and then going, and he had him because it's a catcher running. It was a little check swing, and he didn't get a good jump out of the box, and I wonder if there was some spin on that off the turf. Either that or he took his eye off of it. But by the time he didn't, it hit him in the bare hand instead of going into the glove. Still made it close, but it'll be an infield single.
Yeah, and that's all arm on the throw because it couldn't really step into it.
So they're going to the mound to give him a little breather.
3rd time through the order now. Billy McKinney is 0 for 2.
They were 1 for 7 the first time through. They are 2 for 9 the second time through, and that one there, Clev felt he should have made the play on.
Yeah, hard to even count that as a hit, isn't it?
Yes, I know it is.
But it is an excuse me single.
Yeah, he didn't even try to swing at the ball, and actually didn't know where it was going. See if he can get a ground ball here and get himself a double play to get out of it.
Fly ball foul out of play. The odds, at least so far today, might be against it happening. He's only had 2 ground ball outs.
Yeah, both to the right side of the infield. 1 to second, 1 to first.
The 1-1 pitch. telling us that Randall Grichuk, who was struck by the chair going after the foul ball, is in essentially concussion examination. The 1-2. Oh, just missed him. And they also announced they might do some imaging of his face to make sure
fractures and cracks. Yeah, I would think so. Oh boy, that one, he just barely got out of the way of that.
See if Arch, maybe that opens up the changeup and can get him to roll over for a double play.
That was the change.
But it was down low.
A little harder. With this guy at the plate, the way he's putting the ball in play, I would think they may start their runner here with a 3-1 lead. I would not be surprised, even though it is the catcher. They had like a hit and run going with Gurriel back in the 3rd inning. And he ended up stealing a base, but 3-2, I'm betting on the hitter putting it in play.
He goes. And a ground ball to first. Diaz steps on the bag, no play at second. So that keeps him out of the double play.
Right.
And there are 2 gone.
And that's the reason why you do start the runner. Well, get your ticket to Indians postseason baseball when you purchase 2019 season tickets. You'll receive access to potential 2018 postseason games out at Progressive Field. You can place your deposit today and secure your access at Indians.com.
First base open, 2 down. Runner McGuire at second base, and it's outside ball 1.
Well, this is the guy you want. You have Smoke on deck, who's done all the damage to you today. So you want to get this right-hander right here.
There's a changeup to the right-hander, and it finds the strike zone.
Well, it fools, you know, Gomes wanted it away, but, you know.
But that's the natural movement of that
exactly.
pitch.
It comes in and it sort of stuns the hitter. They don't look for changeups there. There's a hanging breaking ball he gets away with. You don't want that one there. But he gets the 2 strikes now. Chance to put him away.
Try to get him to go up the ladder. Or maybe that just sets up a breaking ball out of the strike zone that he's gotten a number of hitters to chase today. This is fouled on the left side.
No, he got away with one there. You know, that pitch that before really didn't set anything up, Mac. It was way too high for him to even swing at. And then he comes back and then throws just a spinner. You watch, it just stays right in the middle of the plate and it's just spinning. He's lucky he didn't hit it out of the ballpark. He's got to really grind and make sure you get that pitch away here, because this is the guy you want to get out. You don't want to have to pitch to the next guy. There
Swung
you
on
go.
and missed. There's a good breaking ball.
Yes,
8 Ks for Clevenger. And through 5 it remains 3-1 Toronto.
Rewards code is Willis. Visit Indians.com for complete details.
Ground ball to third. Edwin Encarnacion is retired. One down here in the sixth. Well, Arch, here's what we've seen a lot of today. Pop-ups by the Indians.
Look at, they're getting, that's decent pitch to hit. That was a changeup. There's a fastball he was tardy on, and that ball beat him inside.
Back to live action. And a strike called on the outside corner.
It's not the, I mean, they're just, those
looks
aren't
like
bad pitches to hit.
It looks like they're right there.
I know it. They're getting beat to the spot.
Another pop-up. This one is caught by Smoke. Unbelievable.
Well, he's a big man. He can reach in there and get it. That was a nice play. Here he comes. He gets over there, and now he gets to the point, and he can reach in. And he's a big, tall guy, and he has no problem with it. That's about 2 rows in. Good play. See, he runs out of room, but he gets there, and that's the key. Getting there with enough time to set your feet and go get it. Well, on some of those pop-ups too, you see that, you know, we show you he's throwing 88 to maybe 90, but he's beating them to the spot, and they're getting underneath it. The barrel head of their bat's just dipping a little bit, and they're hitting some lazy fly balls.
They go in order in the sixth. It remains 3-1 Toronto. Smoke for Toronto today.
Yeah, fastball middle of the plate for 2 runs. And done a really good job of hitting on the outside part of the plate, maybe off the plate, as they had 3 men on the right side. He's driven in all 3 for the Blue Jays this afternoon. And I think that this is only the first game he started, isn't it? He's came in and he's been able to pinch hit a couple of times.
He started the second game of the series, and that's when he struck out 4 times.
Oh, he ran into Mr. Carrasco.
Yeah. He pinch hit yesterday and struck out in the 8th. But But here today, he has been the driver for Toronto. Swing and a miss, and Clevenger makes quick work of Smoke here. It's his 9th strikeout of the afternoon. 1 down in the 6th. Catch an encore presentation of the Big Ten opener for Ohio State against Rutgers tonight at 8 on Fox Sports Ohio. Buckeyes dominated the play. Ohio State quarterbacks combined to complete, get this, 30 of 33 passes in the game. Teoscar Hernandez can't catch up to the heat.
Have anybody out there defending?
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd have a tough time doing that in practice with no defenders.
Right.
And off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez, who came on for Grichuk.
Good pitch.
In the dirt. .63% strikes. Did he go? It was close. He did not.
It was close.
Oh, he got a hanger, and this one is belted deep to left, and a ground rule double. He's gotten away with a few of those, but not this time.
Yeah, he did last inning. You're right. He got away with one, but this time he doesn't miss this one. That stayed right there, maybe getting a little tired. He's got to really concentrate on getting that breaking ball down when you get to 2 strikes, down and away. That one just stayed up and it was spinning. It's only the 4th hit for Toronto.
Rowdy Tellez 0 for 2. In the dirt, and a good stop by Gomes. Rolls over on it. Diaz will flip to Clevenger. And there are 2 down here in the 6th. Hernandez moves to 3rd. Up comes Kevin Pillar, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Good breaking ball in for a strike. Gets him ahead early. Pillar chased after a pitch to strike out his last time up. Oh, and he just went right back to it. 0-2.
Breaking ball, change up, see if he goes away with the breaking ball again. That's how he made quick work of him last at bat. Hung it
to center, but right at Barnes, and the inning is over. So we move on to the 7th. It is still Toronto 3, Cleveland 1. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Back here at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Winds are kicking up. Stormy seas out there on Lake Ontario. Yan Gomes leading off for Cleveland here in the 7th. They have been stymied today by Thomas Pannone, a former Indians farmhand traded here last year in the Joe Smith deal. Another pop-up. Smoke has been busy today. That is his 5th put out on a pop-up today.
Polar Pop Cup, just 79 cents every day, only at Circle K.
And with one out, Brandon Barnes is the batter. Catches the outside corner, evens the count of 1-1. Lindor's home run in the 3rd, the only run of the day for the Indians, and one of only 2 hits allowed, 3 hits allowed by Thomas Pannone.
Yeah, and Frankie's got 2 of them, and Michael has the 3rd. That came, the first one came in the 1st inning. I mean, there's nothing overpowering about this guy. He takes a little bit off his fastball. He has a changeup at about 82. Fastball's anywhere from 88 to 90, 91. And we haven't seen many breaking balls. So it's just been like a fastball changeup mix for the most part. And they haven't been able to square him up. You can see from 69, that would be the curveball that he has, up to the high of 92 that he's thrown maybe a couple of times today.
Turns on one.
Is it fair?
High and deep and gone. on to the second deck, a home run for the Indians. Brandon Barnes is first. It gets the Indians within a run. Boy, that was a majestic blast by Brandon Barnes. The only question is, would it stay fair? It did indeed.
Well, I'll tell you, he hit it pure. You know, it didn't have any hook to it, and he tried to throw the fastball by him inside. He was very quick in there with his hands, and it just stays true and stays inside the pole, the line. It's in there. Home run number 1 for Barnes.
Oh, there's a great look, Arch.
Look at that. Up into the second deck there. And that's going to do it for this young man who really pitched a nice game today for them.
He's in line for the win. He cannot lose it. He goes 6 1/3, and the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made for Nick Tepera, and we'll be right back. In doubles this year and was second in runs batted in. It's the Indians a run closer in his first home run in the big leagues since 2015. Nick Tepera on for the Blue Jays, facing Ryan Tepera on for the Blue Jays, 61st appearance of the year. And Gonzalez cuts and misses. I like Nick better. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Well, Barnes was very quick on the inside part of the plate there. That's a 6-second hang time. Right down the line, so you know he pulled the hands through. That pitch was either right on the corner or just a ball within off the plate.
I don't remember whose home run it was, but I think we had a 6.2 last week in Cleveland.
Yes, we did.
Might have been this guy. Was it Lindor? Somebody was to deep right field. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Maybe Alonso.
Frankie Lindor homered in the 3rd, and he singled in the 5th. And Ryan Tepera with a fastball strike. Out of play. We also showed you earlier that Lindor among the league leaders in so many offensive categories. As his 54th multiple hit game of the year, one behind J.D. Martinez of Boston. I was reading a story the other day, and I didn't realize this, Arch, but when you look at J.D. Martinez and his numbers, he has an opportunity to win the Major League Baseball Triple Crown, not just the American League, but the Triple Crown winner in all of baseball. And we haven't had one of those since Mickey Mantle, and I want to say 1956. Wow. Rip deep but foul.
Well, Matt, Rick, I can tell you why Frankie's trying to swing the bat as good as he possibly can right now. So the team gets ready to go down to St. Pete. He hopes his father and all of his family will be coming to the games. He's got about 45 to 50 people coming. Last year, his dad did not come to the games because he wasn't swinging the bat well. So he told me before the game, I got to swing it well if I want my dad to come to the games the next couple of days.
I'm not wasting money on a plane ticket.
Tough crowd.
It's a short drive for Orlando, but he ain't coming unless he's swinging it.
The 1-2 is in off the plate. Oh, they're in Orlando. That's right.
Right. So he's got his mom, dad, and a bunch of kids that play at the high school that he played at, all coming down to.
Well, that's a tough crowd. If they're not willing to spend a couple of bucks on gas money to come see you play,
they watch.
You got to be locked in.
I got a feeling they'll be front and center. The way he's been swinging it. The 2-2. Got him this time. So Ryan Tepera comes in from the bullpen. Strikes out a pair, but the Indians are a run closer thanks to Brandon Barnes' home run, his first as an Indian. 3-2 stretch time in Toronto.
And Edwards is coming on out of the Cleveland Indians bullpen. Mike Clevenger will depart. He pitched a pretty good ball game today. He went 6 innings, only allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. He walked 2, struck out 9. The home run ball got him. But for the 9th consecutive start on the road, Clevenger 3 runs or less. So they're trailing, but still by just 1.
And Jan Hervis Solarte leading off. Takes a strike. He's 0 for 2 today. Outside to even the count.
fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But that. Okay.
Out of play. And he is down on strikes. So John Edwards gets the first out here in the 7th inning, and we take a look at the injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Michael Kopech blew out. He'll need Tommy John surgery. That's got to be quite a blow.
Yeah.
Key guy in a Chris Sale trade.
Just calling him up, and he was going to get a chance to, so they could get a look at him and then out. That's, you just never know, huh?
Aledmus Diaz has struck out twice tonight, or today, and he was aggressively going after that last pitch. He evens the count. To third, but foul. John Edwards was scooped up back in March, minor league deal. Coming back from Tommy John surgery. 2 down as Diaz grounds to short. Let's go down to Andre.
Well, Carl Willis and Terry Francona wanted to wait until they saw how Andrew Miller felt today, but after seeing that he felt great, they will activate him tomorrow officially and get him back on the roster. So the Indians are hoping to go to Tampa Bay and bring 2 All-Stars back. Tomorrow, Andrew Miller. Tuesday, Josh Donaldson should be activated as well.
Well, that's good news because it's going to give those guys time to get themselves geared up and ready. I mean, what? John, just a handful of games remaining. 20 games left.
Yeah, 19
after today. 19, yeah. I'm sure for a guy like Andrew Miller, in a kind of a perfect scenario, he'd probably like to get around a half dozen or so appearances down the stretch.
Makes sense, as much work as you could get, because you're still going to have time from end of the season to your first playoff game.
Jonathan Edwards comes on, sets him down 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. Drive down a run.
soggy back home. But the Indians taking refuge inside the Rogers Center. And this the series finale. Down a run as we go to the 8th inning. And Jose Fernandez, the third pitcher of the game for the Blue Jays. And the lefty misses low, ball 1 to Brantley. Fifth appearance of the year for Fernandez.
This is the third time in the 4-game series that he's appeared in a ball game. Did not pitch in yesterday's game, but pitched in the first 2.
Jake Petrichka, right-hander up. So it could be that Fernandez is only on to face Brantley and Ramirez. We will see.
Well, it's been some times where you go out and he's let his bullpen go an inning, but yeah, like you see, matchups, 1-run game. There you go.
A bullet to center field by Brantley. His second hit.
Nice.
Our Miller Lite hold true moment. This date 1992. Robin Yount, his 3,000th career hit.
Coming off the Indians, Jose Mesa.
Well, we got a pitching change as John Gibbons will go to the mound. He'll call on Jake Petrichka after Fernandez gives up the single to Brantley. We'll be back. Leadoff man aboard. And the new pitcher is Jake Petrichka. Ramirez 0 for 3 on the day. Just a little low.
Base hit here could go a long way. Get the start of this inning going.
Jake Petrichka, the 2-1, and Ramirez fouling it off.
He's trying to get a feel for those seams.
Three on the right side for the Jays. Took a called third. One down.
That looked like it might have been a changeup. Little something off it that Jose has not seen before, and he just watched it go by. That's the first out.
Edwin Encarnacion 0 for 2. He walked in the first. If he gets aboard, you'll see Raj Davis as a pinch runner.
They have another right-hander, Paulino, up and throwing in their bullpen.
There goes Brantley, and it's fouled by Edwin. This is one of those points in the games, you know, down a run if you're Edwin. If you get a pitch that's away, you've got that gigantic hole because they're holding Brantley at first. The entire right side of the infield is yours.
That's right.
That was the pitch, but he took it for a strike, and it's 2-2. Now a full count. Struck him out. 2 down.
Came back and made a good pitch down and away, and he's going to chase after it. Maybe a little too close to take it. Had a little comeback to it. It's on the outside edge. Might have been a ball, might have been a strike, but he offered at it. Swings and misses, and he gets back-to-back strikeouts now.
And here's Yandy Diaz 0 for 3. Low, 2-0. They're even giving Diaz a pretty sizable hole on the right side.
That's where he likes to go too, that way.
Takes a low fastball, borderline, 2-1. You see the second baseman, it's not a shift, but big hole on that right side. In the dirt, and it's 3-1. Brandon Geyer due up next, but he's got a host of left-handed bats on the bench should he want to go that route. 3-1. Out of play right side. Now Michael Brantley will be off at first base.
on the pitch to Diaz. Smoke, the first baseman, will try to keep him close and then drop back. Strikes him out. Wow. Petrichka strikes out 3 in a row. Middle of the 8th, 3-2 Toronto. Indians are running out of opportunities. They're down a run, trying to keep it that way. Edwards pitches outside, ball 1.
McKinney looking to extend his game streak of reaching base.
Fouled right back.
It's been 17 as a Blue Jay. Flew out to left, struck out, and grounded to first.
This is trouble. Barnes will cut it off. McKinney going for 2, and he is safe.
Hustled his way into second base. I don't think Lindor was able to get the tag on him as he gets a hand in before, and he just kept right on going, and that doubles are made out of the batter's box. He took off. By the time Barnes' throw comes in, the ball looked like it might have beat him. Let's see the tag, the slide. No, he's safe. Both hands got to that base before Frankie could get it on him. It almost looked like it was in the middle of the 2 hands going into second base. His 6th double this year, and his streak will continue.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 0 for 2 with a walk. And he tried to hold up, but he went around, chased the ball in the dirt. Right at the second baseman. Gonzalez goes to third with the throw, and they got him. What a throw, what a tag for the first out of the inning.
That's really a nice heads-up play by Gonzalez. He was cheating in, playing about halfway. McKinney took off, and you figure on the ball on the right side, you're going to get to second base. Look at him, he's halfway, and he comes up, and that umpire, you better get down, because he throws a seed over to Ramirez, and it beats him, he tags him, he's out. A very heads-up play there by Eric Gonzalez.
And the key there, Arch, is that he had it in his mind. If he got a ball, he was going to third. He never hesitated.
And he knew it was hit sharply enough where he could make that, take that chance and make the throw, and it was beautiful.
3 on the right side of the infield. Justin Smoke, the batter. Tried to hold up. He went around, strike 1. And Edwards gets him a hit, gets him down on the count. 0-2. Diving stop by Diaz, goes to second, and it gets by Ramirez somehow. And he's claiming the runner interfered with him, but he won't get that call. And I don't know, did the ball maybe hit the runner?
That doesn't matter. I mean, what he does, he's probably shielding Ramirez where he didn't see the ball, because he's on the inside there. He runs inside, and look at the handcuffs Jose. He probably lost it in the player. See, it comes out, and it ate him up. Diaz thought he could go over there and get the lead runner, but it just went off the thumb of the glove from Ramirez. Wonder if they're going to give him an error there.
So the Blue Jays have runners at first and second with 1 out instead of 2 outs and a runner at first.
I think it would have to be an error on Ramirez. It was a catchable ball.
Teoscar Hernandez, high and deep, and it is gone. So the error by Ramirez costly, and the Blue Jays blow it open. They lead it 6-2.
He just tees off on that one. That's a no-doubter.
So a pitching change here in Toronto. There's the Blue Jays take a 6-2 lead. We'll be right back. The big blow of the afternoon, a 3-run homer here in the 8th. Just after a miscue by Jose Ramirez, though it was a tough error because it looked like he was shielded, never maybe saw the throw until it was right on top of him, but nonetheless, Blue Jays take advantage, and their lead is now 6-2. Foul back, it's 1-1. Adam Simber's numbers combined on the year.
21st time coming in for the Indians.
Down goes Rowdy. 2 down in the inning. Pat O'Brien Chevrolet play of the game now is this big home run.
Yeah, he threw the fastball that was sort of middle in, and he just got the barrel of the bat out front and gave it a ride. 3-run jack. So 5 out of their 6 runs today have come off the long ball.
And as you said, they were in a dead heat with the Indians coming in home runs. They've each hit 2 home runs today, but the Indians have 2 solo shots. And the Blue Jays a 2-runner and a 3-runner. Kevin Pillar, foul ball, and a 1-2 count. Oh, what a play by Eric Gonzalez. Man, oh man, the reflexes and the reactions you have to make that play. Well, you can't teach this, folks. The inning is over. Last chance for the Indians coming up. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Well, it's a 6-2 Toronto lead as we go to the 9th inning. The new pitcher for the Blue Jays, right-hander David Paulino.
Second time he has pitched in this series.
Richard Urena has come into the ballgame defensively now at second base. And Jonathan Davis takes over in left field. Over his head. 1-1. Popped him up, foul ground.
Not long enough to catch that one. He had a nice running catch earlier in the day, reaching into the seats.
To short, backhanded by Gurriel. One away. Recapping our storylines today, brought to you by your Ford dealers. Mike Clevenger, as a starter, has been unbeaten in the last 2 Septembers, but today he is on the hook for the loss. His only loss in the last 2 seasons, and this month was out of the bullpen. Michael Brantley did his part, but offensively, the Indians really struggled to put anything together today. 2 solo homers accounting for their only runs, only 5 hits in all.
5 hits, and yeah, the 2 left the ballpark. The other 3 were singles. Well, Lindor had 2 hits, Brantley had 2 hits, and there was only 1 left, and Barnes caught the home run. So offensively, a quiet day.
Minnesota leading Kansas City 1-0, bottom of the 5th at Target Field. Indians' magic number stands at 5. David Paulino, 5th pitcher of the afternoon for Toronto. Yeah, I just read where 1 week ago today was the 28th anniversary of Dave Steeb's no-hitter against the Indians, which was the first no-hitter in Blue Jays history. And that was the 3 times prior to that. He had taken a no-hitter into the ninth, had 2 outs.
Yes.
And it got away from him 3 times. One of them was against the Indians.
I know. I remember a bad hop single over the second baseman's head. I remember seeing that, no doubt about it.
2 down. Dave Stieb was a gamer. He was a tough pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Oh, man, one of the best sliders in all of baseball.
That game in Cleveland, about 23,000 attended. It was on a Sunday, too. That's what got me thinking about it, because this is a Sunday. And 23,000, and it might have been 18,000 from Toronto.
Yeah. You're right. 2 outs in the 9th and a ground ball to second. Boink over the head of the second baseman.
Yeah, that was 1988, and that was in September.
Right.
And then 2 years later, on September 2nd, 1990, at the old stadium, the governor, Jerry Brown, hit a liner to right to end it. And Dave Stieb had the first no-hitter for the Blue Jays ever. Brandon Barnes homered to get the Indians within a run at that time in the 7th inning. And it was a high drive, 6 seconds in the air, landing in the second deck. Down the left field line. Trying to get aboard here to keep it going for Cleveland. He takes a strike, 3-1. 31,184 turning out for the series finale. The first 20,000 received a Buck Martinez alarm clock. Longtime television announcer for the Blue Jays. Former Jays player, manager. Barnes draws a 2-out walk, keeps the inning alive. And Eric Gonzalez will bat.
Boy, what a play he made to get out of the last inning. That backhanded stab.
Yeah, that ball just got on him so quickly.
Yeah, that thing was it was a bullet hit right at him, and in between hop, and he just had to react to it. And he did, and he made a beautiful play, and he made a good play the inning before when they were able to, when they scored the 3 runs, to get the man at third base on a grounder to the right side.
One on one to count. Molino's pitch is up high. Right back up the middle. Oh, Gonzalez strokes one to center, keeps it alive, and the Indians are not done yet, because now you turn it over to the top of the order.
And you're going to go to that bullpen and bring in your closer. This is a nice line drive coming right back at you wherever it came from. Get out of the way. He had to jump, move out of the way. So after the 2-out walk and then the single, it's time for one more guy to come out of that bullpen.
Yeah, now it will be a save situation as John Gibbons summons his closer, Ken Giles, and we'll be right back. Jays, since coming from Houston, is on to face Francisco Lindor with 2 on and 2 out. The Indians down 4. Tying run in the on-deck circle. So Lindor needs to get aboard to keep it alive. Give the Indians a chance. He has homered and singled here today. He hit it twice. Or he swung and missed and hit it on the backswing. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, that's the follow through. He sure did. It went straight down into the ground and then watch it on the backswing. Down.
He did hit it twice. That's crazy. Inside. 1-1.
Look at that 98 mile an hour fastball, just in off the dish. This guy has very good stuff. Go with that slider. Seems like he can control his slider better than his fastball as well.
Lindor went up the ladder at 98. That's tough to get to, period, let alone when it's about letter to shoulder high. They haven't had much to cheer about this year, but Jays fans are on their feet. That's another fastball up. That was 99 at the top of the strike zone. Throwing the off-speed pitch, and Frankie was out in front of it. Four fastballs near 100 miles an hour, and just that one slider. Another heater in the dirt and a good block by McGuire. Giles comes set. Lindor gets a piece of that slider to stay alive.
Just barely. Sounded like it went off the plate. This is just protect mode. Just protect. That was an excellent pitch and about all you could do with it. But he lives for one more.
And a ground ball to first. Smoke takes it himself. And the Blue Jays win it. Thomas Padone, the former Indians minor leaguer, beats his old club, earning his second major league victory. He's 2-1. The save will go to Ken Giles, his 8th as a Blue Jay. Losing pitcher Mike Clevenger. He only gave up 3 runs in 6 innings of work, but he's the tough luck loser today as he goes to 11-8 on the year. The Indians will head south now to Tampa, take on the Rays the next 3 nights. The Indians are now 81 and 62. Magic number stays at 5. Toronto is now